Well, the biggest remaining domino is off the board. Boston Red Sox have agreed to a 3-year, $120 million contract with third baseman Alex Bregman. He's coming to the American League East. So, congratulations to the Red Sox. Congratulations to Alex Bregman. $40 million a year is a little crazy, but they're not over the Cohen threshold. Like I said, $40 million there would have been $80+ million here. So, had the Yankees signed him for the same contract, they would have been paying $82 million a year for him. So, that's a monster overpay. A monster overpay. But the Red Sox wanted to take a gamble. And they've added Garrett Crochet already. They've added Walker Buehler. Excuse me. And now they're adding Alex Bregman, who's known as a postseason clutch player and a Yankee killer. So, and the Red Sox want to make a dent in the American League East. So, this is a good move for them. It's a good move for them. But Houston did lose Bregman. They've also lost Kyle Tucker. Which goes to show you now, the chances of Nico Horner coming to the Bronx, probably gone. Right? Chances of any of those Tigers infielders going to the Bronx, well, maybe that's possible there. But I can't see the Nico Horner thing happening. But it also takes Nolan Arenado out of the discussion for the Red Sox. So maybe that'll be revisited, even though some of these guys have said that's not happening. So, and like I've said, it hasn't been corroborating reporting. Jeff Passan's reporting different stuff than Jack Curry is. So we just don't know right now. But yeah, and he does have an opt-out after each year too, yeah. So, and then he's not the only one that signed today. Nick Pivetta also signed today too. Nick Pivetta. So, only other player with a remaining qualifying offer. Pitcher. And he signed with the San Diego Padres, leaving them flexibility to maybe trade somebody like Dylan Cease or Michael King moving forward, too. He signed a 4-year, $55 million deal with multiple opt-outs as well. So, two guys off the board. Now that Alex Bregman is signed and off the market, I expect the rest of the market to kind of pick up. Trade market and so on and so forth. So, for infielders. So, and for those that haven't heard, I put out a report earlier that, and Marcus Stroman reported yesterday, but he disappeared today. And that's somebody that from down there, who's down there as a photographer taking so, and he saw no sighting of Marcus Stroman today either. So, this is the thing too, and that's kind of crazy. It's kind of crazy how Marcus Stroman just disappeared from here. He's reported yesterday, seemed like everything was fine, right? So, and the same thing goes for Nolan Arenado. He's staying home right now in California instead of being in Florida. He really doesn't have to report for a couple more days until position players report, but he's still over there. So, and it's not like he went over there and disappeared like Marcus Stroman did. So it's kind of interesting. It really is kind of interesting. Smack the like button, everybody, by the way. We got almost 200. Lee, I haven't mentioned Brian Cashman. So, what was the plan if they signed Soto? I have to tell you that. Why don't you ask Cashman that? Huh? Soto would have made it harder to fill the holes. Soto left, they filled the holes. Okay? The only one they have left is an infielder. So, there's that. Franchise is in the building. Was good. And again, like I'm saying, now that Alex Bregman's signed, we'll probably hear more news on Arenado, on some of these other folks as well. So, CeeLo's in the building. Was good. Was good. Yeah. He's reunited with fellow. Yeah, this is true, too. That's a good point, Wink. He's reunited with fellow cheater Alex Cora. Yep. Yankees do have monster pitching. Yes, they most certainly do. Yes, they most certainly do. So, now let's see what happens. The big fish are off the board now. They're all signed. So there are some guys that are still out there. The Padres have made some strategic moves. They added Jason Hayward the other day. They added Pivetta today. So we'll see what happens. But, going back to the Red Sox signing, it was an important signing for them. But $40 million a year is a massive overpay for Alex Bregman. Massive overpay. So, this is a Red Sox thing now. So it is what it is. It is what it is. We don't need any outfielders, Sammy. We don't need Verdu. Like, we don't need outfielders. We need an infielder. So now I see them, most likely making a trade. But again, like I said, this is a massive overpay. A massive overpay. $40 million a year is nuts. But again, he's got opt-outs, short-term deal. So, Tom Fiore, you're no mood tonight for what? You threatening me, dude? Please be threatening me. Please. Yeah, we'll see what happens. I don't know. Yeah, I mean, he does rake at Fenway. He barely hit over the Mendoza line at Yankee Stadium, so he wasn't a fit here anyway. I don't know. And it's a good question. He reported yesterday, Stroman. So I don't know. Maybe there is a trade in the works or agreed upon, and they don't want him to risk injury. So he didn't. We don't know. We don't know. It's just kind of peculiar. He wasn't even out there drilling or anything today. So, and the Tigers are apparently interested in Marcus Stroman. So, and Marcus Stroman has under a 1 ERA in Detroit. So it is a fit. It is a fit, Brandon. I mean, you got Young, you got Sweeney, you got Vreeling as well. So there are a couple guys over there. So I'm not exactly sure Stroman will get traded for Arenado, but I think that would be moved in separate trades. But we'll see. We will see. Japan. Imagine that, Graham. All right, 52 likes. We got almost 200 people in here. Everybody hit that thumbs up, please. You don't mind. Let's try to get to over 100. Let's try to get to 150 likes as quickly as we can. I greatly appreciate it. But again, the Red Sox are the team I would be worrying about in the American League East, not the Orioles, not anybody else. They've added some players. Christian, thank you for super chat, my friend. I appreciate you. It's like crazy. I don't know why y'all so mad about this. I'm super excited. Yeah, I mean, I'm glad he didn't come to the Red Sox. He didn't come to the Yankees. Let him go to Boston. Let him go to Boston. And that he's a good fit in the Boston Red Sox. So, Christian, thank you for the super chat, dude. But I'm not mad. Definitely not mad. I don't think right away, Brandon, but you never know. We'll see. Dominguez might work his way to leadoff hitter, but I'm not exactly sure he'll get it right from the get-go. So it sounds like it, Graham. It sounds like he went over to Point Blank. He brought Patrick Swayze and the boys over there and robbed that bank, man. It's crazy. Undisclosed deferred money. I'm not surprised. All honesty. Deferred money. Yeah, you know what? Let's see. Yeah, and that's a little bit of information keeps coming out, but he's going to Boston. So he's going to Boston. I wouldn't say that yet, Chocolate. I wouldn't give Boston the AL East championship yet. The division yet. I did hear Otani's interpreter got 57 months. I think that whole situation stinks to high hell. Stroman has a stomach flu. Where'd you hit that from, Kenneth? Because he looked fine yesterday. And nobody said that today, so I'm curious to know why did anybody say that. We'll see. We will see. We shall see. Rangers are going to be formidable. They're healthy again. NFE's in the building. Texas is going to be formidable. The Braves are going to be formidable. Those guys are healthy again. So that's the key. A lot of these guys. So I think it's going to be Yankees Red Sox this year instead of Yankees Orioles last year. The Red Sox, I mean, they brought in Walker Buehler. They brought in Garrett Crochet. Now they have Alex Bregman. So they got some guys here. They got some dogs in Boston now. So, and then you add Devers, and we'll see how Devers is going to. Is he going to be happy at first base with Bregman at third? I don't know. Yeah, Cashman couldn't get a deal done for Bregman. Well, first of all, he's not worth $80+ million a year. That's what you'd have to pay for him here, right? So, $40 million over the Cohen threshold is $82 million here. $82 million for Alex Bregman? Yeah, no, thank you. No, thank you. Let the cryberries be cryberries. He turned down 170 for 6 to go to Boston for 120 for 3. Look at that. Yeah. It's like he wanted to go to Boston instead of going back to Houston. So, not yet, CWE. Not yet. This Bregman thing held up a lot on the market too, so I expect there'll be some more activity now. Closer of the Boston Red Sox, Aroldis Chapman. Chapman is the closer there now. Yeah, they brought him in. NFV's going, yeah, nice, bro. Nice, bro. Yankees, Red Sox. Got to represent, bro. Got to represent, man. Japan have any of the players left? Yeah. CeeLo, that's a good question. I don't know. Liam Hendrick. Yeah, maybe. But you got to roll this Chapman there, too, so I wouldn't be surprised. Yeah. I don't think Stroman for Arenado is going to be a work because the Cardinals have already turned that down about 2 months ago. So Cubs might get Justin Turner. Yeah, they might. I can see that. The Cards have definitely lost a lot of the leverage with Bregman going to the Red Sox. Yeah, I mean, they're going to have to eat. If you want, the Yankees taking, they have to eat a lot of money. Cardinals. And that was the big sticking point between the Yankees and the Cardinals, last I heard. So, I think so too, Tom. I think they'll be good enough to make the playoffs. I think Arenado will be a fit in the Bronx, CeeLo. He's close with Goldschmidt. He's close with Judge. So, max coverage, $40 million a year. You're absolutely right. It's crazy. And, had the Yankees done that, he would have cost $82 million a year here because they're over the Cohen threshold. I think that I invite people to wrap that number around their head. $82 million a year. Like, oh my goodness gracious. The Red Sox are not there. So they don't have to pay that much. But my goodness. Yeah, he turned down 170 to come to Boston for 120 for 3, excuse me. So I think Bregman's at third. I think Story's going to be at short, Chris. I think. But we'll see who knows what they're going to do. Yeah, so far Rodon looks good. Freed looks good. Yeah, exactly. $82 million a year. And it's not like he would get paid $82 million. That's what the Yankees would have to pay. His salary plus the luxury tax penalty at 110% being over the Cohen threshold multiple years in a row. Yep. Crazy, right? Absolutely crazy. They did, man. Yeah, we're getting to excuse me, Looking for some of the details on the deferred money. It's not out just yet. It just says an unspecified amount of the deferred money. That's the info. That's the intel that we're getting right now. Still looking here. Let's see. Yep. No, Arenado's not Donaldson. There's no character problem with Arenado. He's not a troublemaker like Donaldson was. So we'll see. Yeah, I don't know who started Arenado's Donaldson Part 2. That's not true at all. So what would a trade package be? That's a good question. You see, it might not be as significant as it was before. So, but this might up the Yankees' aggressiveness now and sense of urgency. So maybe the Cardinals are going to try to pounce on this too. So we'll see. I don't know. We'll see. The Mets have work to do. So I would imagine that I wouldn't be surprised if Cora pushed for him. Yep. Nah, they're not going to have to spend. No. It's not going to cost Spencer Jones to get Nolan Arenado. The Yankees, Cashman would never do that. He would never do that. If I had the greatest signing for Derek for the Red Sox, probably B for the Red Sox because he was represented a big need, a big need for them, and they were in a better payroll situation than the Yankees were. So, yeah. Yeah, I don't think. I'd be surprised if Stroman goes to the Cardinals. I mean, they're really looking to lower payroll, and sending Stroman there doesn't really help them accomplish that. So, we will see. Yeah, well, I mean, we'll see how he fits in Boston. We'll see what he's. We'll see. The only time will tell. But now we're gonna have to face him on a regular basis. So, in division. So, and he's given the Yankees fits. That's for sure. At this point, I think Volpe will probably get the leadoff spot. I think, but we'll see. The beard rule, I don't understand why people are obsessing over this. I'm fine having it. That's not really a big deal. That's just me now. Yankees want to be different. I mean, that started the George Steinbrenner days. His days out of the military. So, and they wanted to uphold a certain standard, and would it be nice if one day they give a little bit of leeway and flexibility? Sure, you can have a beer, just make sure it's clean and whatever. But I don't really care. I don't really have an opinion on it one way or the other. Honestly. Yeah, that's a good point too, hey. But Altuve's impact with Houston versus Bregman's, yeah, that's a good point. Maybe Bregman will be surrounded by. He'll definitely be surrounded by guys, Devers and some of these other guys. Casas, so that's the other thing too. Isn't Casas first base? So how you going to make that work? Is Bregman going to play second and Devers third? So how are they going to make that work? Yeah, the Astros lost Bregman and Tucker, so I'm curious how they're gonna align their infield. It's a massive overpay. Massive overpay. And I'm glad we're not the ones that did it. Oh, yeah. Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if the Astros lost Framber Valdez after this year, and that kind of batch of players that they have for that good stretch of time is kind of over now. Chris the Flash is in the house. What's good, my man? Yeah, we'll see what I mean. I expect the Red Sox to be better this year. That's for sure. Arenado's 24-20. Yeah. He also had a little bit of injury in the second half of the year too, but he's an elite defender. That's for sure. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, it's a crazy contract for Alex Bregman, but that's Boris's job to get his clients overpaid, and he did it. And, there it is. Yeah, there is some deferred money, Coach Carl. It just says unspecified right now. The details on the deferred money are not out yet for Bregman, but it's 3 years, 120 million. That's what we know right now. And let me do a look and see if the details on the deferred money are out now. Let's have a look. Let's see. It still says unspecified amount of deferred money. He had a standing 6-year offer valued at $156 million for the Astros. Turned it down. And then he apparently had a 6-year deal from the Blue Jays as well. Turned it down. And went to Boston. Boston probably gave him the best opportunity at this point to compete. So, always a pleasure, Brandon. Always a pleasure, my man. Yeah, we'll see how the Yankees counter. We'll see. It could be Arenado. It could be someone else. They could do that. They could do that. I'm curious to see how they shuffle their lineup and their positioning around Boston. So, Justin Turner, yeah. Donovan Graham, yeah. Donovan lost his arm. Did he really? Brendan Donovan lost his arm case with the Cardinals today? Oh, man. Let's see. Did he really? Yeah, I think you're right. He did. Lars Nootbaar won his, but Brendan Donovan lost his. So Donovan's going to earn the $2.85 million figure submitted by the team rather than the $3.3 submitted by his camp. So about a $500,000 difference. Well, okay. Man. It's so true, Coach Carl. I know. I wish they came out earlier too. I wasn't planning on coming on, but I figured I didn't want to be late on this one, so I won't keep you that long anyway. I'm gonna go shower and get to bed. If Arenado, was gettable, I would do it, but we'll see. But Brendan Donovan would be my choice over Arenado, no doubt about it. Yeah. Yeah, the Astros are going to be good, just like the Rays. The Rays lose players, and they're still good. So, yeah. Oh, I think they know. Like the Yankees, last I heard, the Yankees and the Cardinals were about $10 million apart, as opposed to what the Yankees wanted him to eat versus what the Cardinals were willing to eat. So, finish. I don't really find X to be the bastion of accurate reporting right now. So, that's take it with a grain of salt. We'll see what happens. Do I see the Guardians? No, I don't. They lost Josh Naylor. Nah, I don't see them a threat. That doesn't mean they won't make the playoffs, but I don't see them a threat. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, who knows how Arenado would be? I mean, he's an elite defender, that's for sure. His best defensive third baseman in the game. So 10 million turns into five. I think. Yeah, I mean, it might. It might. You might be right. We'll see. Yeah, Arenado hit 272. Look, if he came here, he would bat in the 7, 8, and 9 spot. I would take 270 with 17 home runs and 65, 70 RBIs with elite defense and a 700 plus OPS on any of those positions. Our 7, 8, 9 this year is going to be better than the 7, 8, 9 we had last couple of years. That's for sure. Devers at third, Bregman at second. That could be go to ball. It could be. Yes, he did, Jose. He turned down 170, and it took 50 million less. But he does have opt-outs, yeah, Tyler, after the first and second years. So we'll see. I mean, we don't know yet, Paranormal. I think if Arenado does get moved, it'll probably happen in the near future because now that Bregman, his signing kind of clogged up the infield market. But I don't see the Yankees acquiring Nico Horner now from the Cubs. I don't. We'll see. There's a chance they could get an infielder from the Tigers with a controllable years. I would take that for Marcus Stroman. Because for those that haven't heard, Alex Cobb's one of Detroit's starters. He got hurt. He has a hip injury. He's going to miss a couple months, it sounds like. So, and they're looking at a pitcher. So Marcus Stroman would be a good trade fit for them. Zach Eloff. What about him, Jake? Why? 120 or 200 mil. Cubs couldn't sign Turner. They could do that. Colt Keith. Why? Cool, Kenneth. Well, that's good to know. Hopefully he's better. Stroman. Sending Stroman to Seattle? I don't think Seattle needs pitching. I did not see Arenado report, Jacob. No, I didn't see that. Ask John Heyman, Yankees are in heavy pursuit of Robinson Cano. Imagine that. Nah, they're not going to trade him to Detroit for Glaber. They wouldn't do that. They would not do that. Well, that's another thing, too, yeah. How do you opt out of a $40 million season? You're not going to get more than that. So. Tucker and Jordan Philly, man. Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised. Jordan, no, Jordan is not a free agent. Didn't he sign a multiple-year deal? Jordan Alvarez. No, they're player opt-outs, Heidi. Yeah, there's no club opt-outs. That's something I would like, but it's not. It's not a thing in baseball. I don't think the union would, the Players Association would, accept that. They would have a freaking riot. Well, exactly too. Yeah, you're right. Jordan, he recently signed like $100-something million deal with the Houston Astros. But yeah, maybe this picks up the Arenado to the Yankees talks. Like, I don't know. We'll see. One day we're hearing Curry said not happening, then passing saying something else. But like I said, Brian Cashman knows more than all those guys. And I would, wait until he, I prefer what he does over what those guys say. So, but we'll see. Boston's not over the Cohen threshold, no, Jake. They are not. Yeah, you're done. Yeah. Yeah, he signed a very team-friendly deal. Yeah. Interesting. 132 likes. All right, let's try to get to a buck 50 if we can. Uh, yeah, Ryan McMahon would be awesome. We talked about him quite a bit, Pedro. But he's unfortunately, I wish, he's unavailable. I wish he was though. Boston's giving up 2 draft picks and international money. Yep, because he had a QO and he signed for more than $50 million. So are the Padres. So they're giving up 2 draft picks and international money for Nick Pivetta, which is why I see them trading either Dylan Cease or Michael King and try to recoup maybe some of those picks or something. Yankees back, yeah, maybe Alex Jackson is one of the options, but who knows? I mean, they just they claimed the catcher off waivers a couple days ago, so that's still that we'll find out more in a couple weeks in spring training. Biggest free agent left? I don't know. Actually, Tim King. I think all the big ones are gone. It's a good question. Pudge Rodriguez. JD Martinez. That's a good one, Heidi. Yeah, I would agree. JD Martinez is probably the biggest free agent left. Yeah, I have a little bit of a head cold, Carl. There's some cold going around my daughter's school, and it's intercepted our house, and it's not fun. Not fun. So I will get some rest. I'll wrap it up in a few minutes. The Feta contract is backloaded. Yeah. Yeah. Okay, it's over. Verdugo, that's another. Yeah, I don't know why he's not signed. It's a good question. It's a good question. He's another one that's not signed. Yeah, so there's still a couple guys. I mean, it's probably I don't know 60 or 70 guys that are still not signed yet. So Anthony Rizzo's not signed. It's a good one. Yeah, it's good. That's true too. Yeah. Stroh, Arias, Selvage for Jace Young, and Weasel Perez. Who's that? See, Jettis. Who's that? Arias, Selvage. Gotta love him, Heidi. Yeah, exactly, Graham. It's just it. I love you, Daddy. Cough in your face. Like it never stops. I could see Rizzo signing with the Reds also. I could see that. D Rob is not signed here. This is true too. This is not true. This is true too. Yeah, Ken. I mean, I think the Tigers would take Stroman, but there's no way the Yankees would take the Kleber back for Stroman. I would take one of their young, controllable infielders. Stroman to Toronto Flag. I don't see the Yankees signing Dave. I don't think they need another reliever in the bullpen. Yeah, it's kind of crazy, Jose, right? This late in the offseason, so many guys are still not signed, which is crazy, but it's true. I figured it was a joke. I figured as much. Yeah, Gallo, Telez, Yuli Gurriel. Yeah, there's quite a few guys that, yeah. There's still some value out there that's not signed. So, Stroman for a pack of Jolly Ranchers. Oh, boy. Martin Maldonado. Yeah, he did. Yeah. Maldonado's kind of older, isn't he? You could probably be had for the cheap, though. Yankees might not make the playoffs. So the Red Sox, Dodgers might not make the playoffs. Cobb's injured. Yeah, Alex Cobb got hurt. They announced it today. A hip injury. Jose Quintana, another one. Yeah, that's another one, too. That's a good one, Talbot. Details of Bregman is 3 years, $120 million, so it's $40 per year. There's some deferred money in the contract, but it's still unspecified as to how much of it's deferred. Let me see. I'm gonna update here now. Yeah, it still says unspecified amount of deferred money. We just know there's 3 years, $120 million, so it's $40 per year. So no guarantee the Red Sox take the division yet, AJ. 0.48. Oh, Heidi, yeah. I'll pass on Maldonado. Bregman's making more than Garrett Cole. Yeah, yes he is. Yes he is. Cards need $18 million over 3 months, 98-32. I think if they were willing to eat maybe 24, the Yankees might jump on it. I don't think Bregman's worth $40 million a season. No, I don't. I don't, Ken. And he's got multiple opt-outs too. First and second year, he's got opt-outs. So you can go right back on the market. Don't worry so much, JJ Chen. The Yankees did a lot of their heavy lifting early, so I think they're going to make a couple moves during spring training as well. So it is only 3 years, yeah. Bregman's worth $25 million or $30 million. Yeah, 40 million. I mean, that's a tough decision for Boston Red Sox. Yeah, but again, like here, that $40 million was going to be $82 million a year. So, yeah, I agree too, Carl. Like beyond, because they lost Pivetta today, the Padres. So beyond Garrett Crochet and Walker Buehler, I can't think of any pitchers they have beyond that. I can't think of any of them. Oh, what's his name? They signed. He's coming back from Tommy John surgery. I forgot his name, but he's coming back. They signed him last year. I don't remember. Lucas Giolito. There he goes, AJ. Yes, thank you. So seriously, I'm hearing that Ohtani might pitch starting in May, but we'll see. I mean, they lost Jack Flaherty, they lost Walker Buehler, so they brought back Clayton Kershaw yesterday. So who's still unsigned? Talent? Heen Dog. Heaney. You mean injury? Yeah, this is true. Hidden gem somewhere right there. Hauk, Hello Crawford. Yeah, well, we'll see how well those guys do. I think Buehler's only there for a year, if I'm not mistaken. So Crochet's got 2 years with them. So we'll see. We'll see what Crochet does there. Sandoval. Yeah. And I think Jose Quintana is going to be a hidden find from somebody. He pitched pretty well last year with the Mets. Tell him, man, it would be if he was our Tanner Scott, man. Sign me up for that, baby. I love that, AJ. I love that. We'll see about Arenado. I mean, he has to be traded because he's still under contract with the Cardinals. Right. Yeah, exactly, Ken. They have like a football type roster. Yeah. Yeah. Red Sox are going to be a formidable team this year. I think they're going to be tough to beat. A lot of young talent there and a top farm. Canna, Rosario, Pilar, Adam Duvall, David Peralta. I mean, you got Iglesias, you got DeJong, you got a couple of these other guys too. I forgot their names, but a lot of them are Suarez and the Padres. Yeah, is that closer? Yeah. I think Matzek could be a hidden gem for the Yankees too. He had some serious, playoff moments with the Braves in 2021, and they won the whole thing. So yeah. I don't know. We'll see, Johnny. I don't know who's going to win the West yet. I'm not going to hand it to the Dodgers just yet. So we'll see. We will see what happens there. Diamondbacks added Corbin Burns. They've added Josh Naylor. They've added some firepower over there. Andrew Chafin is another one too. You've seen. I guess he's Chafin signing with. That's a good question. Loizaga is coming back from an injury, so he'll be back, I think, in May or June. Loizaga, so he's already an existing injury. Chafin, I could see Chafin go to the Diamondbacks or something like that. Or the Royals or the Reds are like a potentially contending team. Or it could be Detroit too, yeah. Cubs. We'll see what happens. Yeah. Vladdy, it'll be an interesting one. Him and Tucker are going to be the two key free agents next year. So, yeah. He was on the D-backs. This is true too, Ken. Yeah. I would watch out for the Diamondbacks. Jake Cousins, Jake Cousins has a forearm strain now. I think this is another reason why they brought in so many relievers this offseason. So, Aaron Boone already said he might not be ready for opening day. So, but they stockpiled a boatload of depth in the bullpen, so they'll be okay without him. Stroman was not in camp today. Yeah, he reported yesterday. I saw that he wasn't in camp today. And I had there was a photographer that was down there that couldn't find them all day either. So we'll see. And Beater's coming back from a shoulder issue, yeah. Apparently he's throwing Beater, so Cousins is not. Yeah, Chafin could be a get for the Rangers too. Could be a get for the Orioles. Could be the Red Sox too. Like, there's a lot of teams that could use them. They are faster. They're more athletic. The lineup is longer. They're better defensively. Yankees are a more balanced team than this year. So, and JT Brubeck is another one. Yeah, this is true, Graham. Rosario, remember that. Edmund, yeah. Yep. Stroman throwing a bullpen in Tampa this evening. Is that right? Oh, that's good to hear. He's not hurt. That's good. I think Brubaker and Beater. I think they'll both get a shot. I do. And we need Efrost to have a breakout too. Yes, we do. And I'm curious to see who's going to emerge out of spring training too. It's always somebody that emerges. I'm curious to see what's going to be. Maybe a backup catcher or something like that. Yankees don't need Michael King. Arias, I could see them getting, but I'm not trading any one of our starters for Michael King. Yeah, we got Chase Hampton too. Yep, this is true. Yeah, it sucks about Cousins, but they've got enough depth to withstand that. Yeah, I'll be going to some games this year, AJ. Yeah, no doubt about it. Long really, Brew Baker, a couple of them you see. I think a couple of those guys. Beater, Brew Baker, a couple of them. Wells and Ben Rice was working out the catchers too. Carl, yeah. Yep. They definitely want to parlay his positional versatility. So Rice moved to the Marlins. Who do you think they'll get back, Ken? A comp pick? Something like that? Who do you think they would get back from the Marlins? Be curious to see what happened. And the Marlins actually made their first signing today. They signed was a Cal Quantrill earlier today. So I hope Rodon has a better year this year. So yeah, Andrew Nardi would be awesome, or a comp pick, or something like that. You know, who would we get that would be helpful here? Rob, that's a good question. I hope it's this year. I think Cease or King will get traded. I don't think both of them will get traded. You see, so I think one of them will get traded. Just not sure who. I mean, Cease has got 2 years left, I think, and King's got one before they're free agents. So, me too, Derek. I like what the Yankees did this offseason too. Yeah, they addressed a lot of needs, and depthed it up in areas too. I don't know. We'll see what happens with Arenado. Stay tuned. So just keep your notifications turned on with this channel if they're not turned on. Make sure you turn them on because when it does happen, if it does happen, I'll be live. And we'll talk about it immediately. So you're seeing it's a good question, but I don't think they need Suarez from the Padres anyway. So because they got Devin Williams. Oh, Rendon, yeah, he's terrible. I think he's gonna miss all of 2025 with surgery. So it's like the worst contract in baseball history. Yeah. Yeah, I think one of the young guys, two Pedro, unless they bring in somebody from the outside. But what series of the year am I most hyped for? I don't know. Cubs. I have to go back and look and see. I'm not going to Eagles parade. Tom, I'm not going to Eagles parade. Yeah. Eagles parade is Friday anyway. It's Valentine's Day. So. I don't see that Mariners trading Munoz yet. No. That's a good question too, Vinish. I mean, I don't know if they cooled off on the Arias. Maybe they don't leak who they're interested in. That's the thing too. So that's just leave it to other people to talk about. Like, Tigers offered Alex Bregman 6 year, 175. Woo! Turned down 50 million. He left 50 million on the table to go to Boston. You're a ball buster, huh, Tom? All right, I got you. My wife's an Eagles fan. I'm a Jets fan, so. But Boston gave him a better chance to win, I think, than Detroit did. So maybe he didn't want to reunite with AJ Hinch. Maybe he wanted to reunite with Alex Cora instead. Oh, peculiar. Maybe he does think that Hinch won't bash the trash can again, but Cora might. So, or Cora will figure out a way, another way. All right. My dark horse on the AL and NL. I'm gonna keep my eyes on the Reds. I'm gonna keep my eyes on the Royals. Rogers to the Giants. Who? Trevor Rogers? Who's available? That's the thing. We don't know who's available. Like Ryan Cashman has something working on. He's working on that we have no idea about. So Yankees are not locked. No, neither were the Dodgers. Yeah, I would agree, Graham. I would agree with that. Aaron Rodgers to the Giants. Imagine that. Could you imagine that? Whew. Aaron Rodgers traded to the Giants. Could you imagine that? Wow. Well, they can trade him or they can release him by, I think it's March 10th or something like that to minimize the cap hit. So, and they can also, if Kirk Cousins gets released, then they can sign him for the minimum. But like Justin Fields is a guy. I mean, I hope they bring in whoever they bring in. I hope he's an athletic quarterback who can move around. So, yeah, exactly. Yeah, I wish it was that easy to tell him cash or to tell him. I wish it was that easy. I wish. We'll see if it happens. I don't. What do the Giants see? I'm with you, man. Watch out for the Giants. Make a trade with the LA Rams for like Cooper Kupp and Matthew Stafford. I heard that today circulating around. Did like a multiplayer trade. Matthew Stafford and Cooper Kupp, who they put on the trade market. So, no, Aaron Rodgers has not gone to the Giants yet. Trading for Miles Garrett. You know what? Debo, I heard Debo. I could see Debo going to Cowboys. I could see Miles Garrett going to the I could see Garrett going to the Ravens. Could you imagine Miles Garrett come to the Eagles? Oh God. Oof. Xander Bogaerts, Yankees. That would be crazy. Okay, that would be freaking nuts. Consul Yeti, there he is. The Tom Hagen. There he is. Well, the Eagles dominated that Super Bowl. They didn't give the Chiefs an inch to breathe, and that's exactly what they needed to do. So kudos to the freaking Philadelphia Eagles. Scott Boras was traded to the Yankees after the Clan Power number was traded to the Yankees. Look at that. That's a good kind of link to Arenado right there, Jonathan. Well done. Yeah. Miles Garrett to the Niners. Ooh. Packers going to invest in a high-profile reliever. I could see that too. And this draft is heavy in tight ends and heavy in like pass rushers. So diehard Red Sox fan, but hello Connolly family. I like nice Red Sox fans. They're always welcome. I agree when the Yankees and Red Sox are doing good, it's better for baseball. I agree with that. I agree with that 100%. Congratulations to the Red Sox. You guys had Alex Bregman today. That's good stuff. And like I was saying earlier, Kylie, I think the AL East is going to be between the Yankees and the Red Sox now, not the Yankees and Orioles. I think the Red Sox have done enough to propel themselves to division contention. So, who do the Yankees? Yeah, the Tigers. Yeah, they offered Bregman 171 for 6 years. Let's see, Yankees schedule. Let's see who they open up with. Milwaukee, and then they go to Arizona. They open up at home. Okay, opening day is March 27th. So they get the Brewers for 3, then the Diamondbacks for 3, and then they go to Pittsburgh. Then they go to Detroit, and then they come back home and play the San Francisco Giants, Kansas City Royals. Then they go to Tampa. Then they go to Cleveland. Come back home and get Toronto and Baltimore. No, they go to Baltimore. And then they come back home for Tampa. Padres come to town in May. Then Oakland A's. Then the Mariners. Excuse me. And then the Mets, May 16th to the 18th. Texas Rangers, Colorado Rockies, May 23rd, 24th, 25th in Colorado. Coors Field. Beautiful stadium. Then they go to Anaheim to face the Angels. And then they go to LA to face the Dodgers. So they go to LA May 30th, 31st, and June 1st. So there's that. So yeah, Gunnar Henderson said he wants to. I didn't hear that, Fredo. She started 29. Yeah, 20-0. That would be nice, Tom. Imagine that. I have no doubt that Arenado would work his butt off if he came here. No doubt. Lawrence, Massachusetts here. Nice. Not nice. I hear that, Ken. I hear that, man. Do I think the Giants? At the end of the day, John, I don't think so. But I can see them getting Cooper Kupp. 15-10 by the time we play the Dodgers. Could you imagine that? Oh, my God. That's the Mets. Yeah, Graham. Yep. And the Yankees said they're going to use the Dodgers, the way they behaved at the end of the World Series, as a motivator this year. So good for them. So look at that. 375 batting average at Fenway Park. I did see the OPS was crazy. It's way better than it was in Houston. Look at that. Holy moly. 1.24 OPS. There it is. Look at that. My heavens. Whew, I gotta see that here. Oof. Holy moly. Red Sox fan. Win 2 out of every 3. Yeah, me too, Ken. Sign me up for that. Yeah. Let's see here. White Sox. Yeah. There's still no. There's still no details on the deferred money. There's no details on the deferred money. So yeah, the Dodgers were trolling them and like being, total a-holes. So let the Yankees use them as motivation. So, and beat them at the wrong game this year. But they got to get on the field. They got to be healthy. They got to perform. So we'll see. We'll see. But that's what I got for you, gang. I'm gonna go get a shower, get some rest. You have a great night, everybody. Peace and love to all these. And again, stay tuned. So now that Bregman's off the board, I do think the infield market will materialize a little bit quicker. So stay tuned. I'll keep you updated on it. Yeah, 120 million for 3 years for Alex Bregman. Crazy. 40 million freaking dollars a year. So the Yankees did beat themselves. But have a great night, everybody. And I'll talk to y'all tomorrow.